Imagine a world where a delicious, juicy steak doesn't require the slaughter of an animal. It seems like science fiction, something out of a futuristic film. But this is the promise of three-dimensional printed meat, a revolutionary technology poised to transform how we think about food and consumption. This isn't about plant-based alternatives trying to mimic the taste of meat. Three-dimensional printed meat is real meat, grown from animal cells, without the need for traditional farming. It's a concept that might seem strange at first. However, the potential benefits for our planet and our future are enormous. Join me as we delve into the fascinating world of three-dimensional printed meat. We'll explore the science behind this innovation, the potential impact on our environment, and the culinary possibilities it presents. Get ready to explore a future where delicious and sustainable meat is no longer a fantasy, but a reality on our plates. This is the future of food. So how do we go from a few animal cells to a mouth-watering steak? The process begins with a small sample of cells, typically taken harmlessly from a living animal. These cells are the building blocks of our three-dimensional printed meat. They are carefully selected for their ability to multiply and differentiate into various cell types such as muscle and fat, which give meat its unique texture and taste. These precious cells are then placed in a nutrient-rich broth mimicking the environment inside an animal's body. This broth, often housed in large sterile containers called bioreactors, provides the cells with everything they need to thrive and multiply. Think of it as a high-tech soup kitchen for cells. Inside these bioreactors, the magic happens. The cells, bathed in nutrients and warmth, begin to divide and multiply rapidly. They form tiny strands of muscle tissue, minute droplets of fat, all the essential components of meat, but created without the need for a whole animal. Once we have a sufficient quantity of these building block cells, the printing process can begin. Imagine a specialized three-dimensional printer, not unlike the ones used to create plastic prototypes, but instead of plastic, it dispenses layers upon layers of living cells. This is where the artistry of three-dimensional printed meat truly shines. Just as a chef carefully crafts a dish, technicians can fine-tune the printing process to achieve specific textures and flavors. Want a marbled steak with just the right amount of fat distribution? No problem. The printer can be programmed to precisely layer muscle and fat cells, mimicking the marbling found in the finest cuts of meat. This level of control also opens up exciting possibilities for customization. Imagine designing a steak with a specific fat content, or even creating meat products with unique shapes and sizes, all at the touch of a button. The culinary possibilities are truly endless. Now, the question on everyone's mind, how does three-dimensional printed meat actually taste? While still in its early stages, taste tests have been promising. Many describe the flavor and texture as remarkably close to traditional meat, with some even struggling to tell the difference in blind tastings. Of course, achieving the exact taste and texture of conventionally raised meat is an ongoing endeavor. Factors such as the type of animal cells used, the composition of the nutrient broth, and even the printing process itself can all influence the final product. However, the science is rapidly advancing, and with each iteration, three-dimensional printed meat edges closer to replicating the sensory experience of traditional meat. Soon, we might not even be able to tell the difference. Section 5. Greener pastures, the environmental impact of 3D printed meat. One of the most compelling reasons to embrace 3D printed meat is its potential to revolutionize our food system's impact on the environment. Traditional animal agriculture is a resource-intensive process requiring vast amounts of land, water, and energy. 3D printed meat offers a significantly more sustainable alternative. By eliminating the need to raise livestock, we dramatically reduce the land required for grazing and feed production. This, in turn, helps to combat deforestation and protect vital ecosystems. Furthermore, 3D printed meat requires far less water than traditional meat production. This is crucial in a world facing increasing water scarcity, and because the production process is more controlled and efficient, it also results in significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions. Section 6. The price of progress. From lab to table, the cost of innovation. As with any groundbreaking technology, cost remains a significant factor in bringing 3D printed meat to the masses. Currently, the process of growing meat in a lab is expensive, requiring specialized equipment, skilled technicians, and high-quality cell cultures. However, as research progresses and production scales up, the cost of 3D printed meat is expected to decrease significantly. Just as we've seen with other technologies, from computers to solar panels, what starts as expensive and exclusive eventually becomes affordable and accessible. Already, companies at the forefront of this technology are making strides in reducing production costs, bringing us closer to a future where 3D printed meat is a viable and affordable option for consumers worldwide. The future of meat might be closer than we think. Section 7. A world of flavor customizing cuisine, one layer at a time. Beyond its environmental and ethical benefits, 3D printed meat opens up a world of culinary possibilities. Imagine a future where we are no longer limited to the cuts of meat available from traditional animal agriculture. With 3D printing, we can design and create meat products with specific textures, fat content, and even nutritional profiles. Want a steak that's extra tender? No problem. Simply adjust the printing parameters to create a looser, more delicate structure. Looking for a healthier option with lower fat content? 3D printing allows for precise control over the composition of the meat, making it easier than ever to create healthier and more personalized meal options. This level of customization extends beyond just beef. The same technology can be applied to create a wide array of meat products, from chicken and pork to even more exotic options like kangaroo or even lab-grown Wagyu beef. The possibilities are truly limitless. Section 8. The future of food. Will you take a bite? 3D printed meat represents a potential paradigm shift in how we produce and consume food. It's a technology with the power to address some of the most pressing challenges facing our planet, from climate change to food security. But it also raises important questions. Are we ready to embrace a future where meat no longer comes from animals but from a laboratory? Will we be able to overcome the ick factor and embrace this new way of thinking about food? Ultimately, the success of 3D printed meat will depend on consumer acceptance. But one thing is clear, this technology has the potential to revolutionize our relationship with food. It's a future worth exploring, one bite at a time.